All right, this is day number 4, I think. So I was figuring that we do another watercolor, and this time super basic, and maybe creating some gift tags, because at this point you're probably going to be wrapping some presents and whatever for the holidays. So I got out my Bee Inspired Bee Paper Company watercolor paper. I love this. It's nothing too fancy. It's pretty affordable. I know you used to be able to get it at Walmart. I haven't been to a Walmart in forever, but you can get this through, I'm pretty sure I found it in Amazon. I'll link that in the description, but this is a 9 by 12 140-pound paper. And oh, I was doing I'm thinking I'm gonna lay out an abstract. This is just some acrylic paint that I like to clean my brush off onto either a paper, or like the other day I was cleaning it off on a canvas, and that's just my base for my next one. And I was just measuring to see if he would fit on here. This is a blue herring. I'm gonna do something with that, I think. So I might video it, I don't know. Let's rip that off. I think I'll keep the paper this way. Of course, it doesn't really matter because we're just going to be cutting these up eventually anyway. Let's see. Using the watercolors that we spread out on one of the lovebirds that we did the other day. And we'll just make some shapes. Oh, that's not as dark as I would like it. Maybe I should make sure that all of these are wet. That would help, right? Make sure that your watercolors are wet. Just got my spray bottle out. All right, let's see if that works. Better. I'm just making shapes. It doesn't really matter what shape it is. We can make these darker after, because they're gonna dry a lot lighter. I don't care that that's blue. You can mix colors that are close together on the color wheel, and you won't get, the colors will stay nice and vibrant. But when you start crossing from one side to the color wheel to the other, you know, the opposite of green would have been red. If I had done that with red, then we would create mud. I mean, it just makes it neutral. Mud is great, but sometimes you don't want mud. So just keep that in mind. If you're working with blues and greens and yellow, you can put those over and near each other, and if they mix, they mix. And like this, I have blue on my brush, but I just went into a red color. So that's going to be kind of muddy. See? That's okay. That's fine. Maybe I can make 6, 8. Yeah, that's all right. Do 2 bigger ones here in the middle. And then the shape doesn't matter. And then after these dry, I'm gonna get out some paint pens and some markers and see what we can create on top. And maybe more paint. This is just fun. We're just gonna have fun. This is that ripe sienna, pretty sure, which is basically like a raw, I'm pretty sure it's raw sienna. You can put one there. All right, we'll let these dry. Go have a tea, coffee, and a snack. All right, we're back from, I ended up having lunch instead of a snack and brought some chai tea up to the studio with me. That's, I like to have milk in my chai tea. Typically, I don't put anything in my tea. Coffee, I have just milk, but how do you guys drink your hot beverages? Okay, I think I'm gonna do a branch coming in with an ornament, but these aren't that bright, so I'm gonna put out maybe that's that one. I guess I'm not a fan in how they look when they're dry. I also did pull out, let's see, a Micron pen, a Sharpie that's in gold, a Sharpie that's in white, and I love this set. The kids got me this for Christmas one year. They're like brush pens. They actually look like they have a chiseled end and a fine end. That one's a smaller one than, and they're two-sided. I like this end because it's like a end of a paintbrush, which would be why it would be called a brush pen. Let's see, and it's a set. I think there was like 12. Don't quote me. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. That's where they got them. I've seen them there many times. And then I'll do a gold with the marker, a gold, all right. That doesn't show up. Sometimes you have to pump them. Let's see if that works. That works. Something like that. That's cute. Super cute. All right. Then this one, maybe snowflakes. Let's... This is old too, so I'm not sure. Let's try something else. I'm just gonna get some white paint. I'm putting it on my watercolor palette, but also be careful if you do that, and because you're going to basically turn, if you mix it with these, you're basically going to turn your watercolors into acrylic, which is fine. I don't know that I really care, but all right, let's try this. See if you can see that. Yep, you can see that. All right, what are we going to do here? I think here I want to do a Christmas tree. Um, I'm gonna have to get a hole punch and some ribbon to, let's see, well, that's cute. That's super cute. Let's do a wreath over here. All right, and with a red bow. I think that will look cool there. I'm just gonna do, whoops, too much water. Dry your brush and soak it up. All right, let's try that again. I'm just making leaf shapes. The more random they look, the better. I don't know how round I'm gonna get here. Something like that. And nope, I didn't plan this out. I didn't center it. It doesn't matter. All right, I need a red. Do I have a red? I do an acrylic paint, so let me just put some of that out. Guess we're doing mixed media today. You could totally do this all in markers. Oh, that would be really cool. Does anybody have those are they Oahu? Oahu? I'd love some of those. Or acrylic markers. I just put my finger down in the yeah, I just put my, that's okay. We're cutting these out. I think I might leave a little bit of a space. We'll see. I'd like to draw a deer here. Let's see if we could do that. That's not super. His head might be a little bit big, but that's okay. That's funny that it's like dries to like nothing. I don't remember that it did that. I think the paint might be old. It seemed like there was a lot of water, so I just cleaned my brush. I need a light color for the antlers. That's cute. I'm gonna put a moon. I like to put moons in my paintings. Or sun. Kind of my thing, I guess. And, you know, because Rudolph's out at night, right? Super cute. All right. What do we do here? Let me go get my reference. Hold on. I know. Let's do some ornaments hanging down. We could put some presents down here too if you wanted. My star is probably gonna come out wonky. Yeah, it's like a starfish. Let's do what's this one gonna be? didn't have any paint on it. I'll paint this. I think I might paint it green, actually. Do I have green out? I do. Then when that dries, I'll come back and put the ribbon over that. Oh, that's cute. And then you could have the space here that you can put to, and you can put from. That's cute. I'm still gonna let that dry. It's not dry yet. And then, what do we do here? I'm running out of ideas. Holy cow. Presents. Let's do some presents. I'm gonna do gold ribbons. Oh, that looks cute too. And I like the blue as part of the package colors. That's really cute. All right, let's see. We don't have any of Santa. Let's see if, oh, I know. We can do a gnome that looks like Santa. Let's do that. That'll be super cute. Let's see. What is striped hat? Let's see. That's cute. Let's draw some stripes in his beard for his whiskers. Something like that. These are his shoes. And then I think I'll put this on thin enough that you can still see his beard, and then the ink was still a little wet, so it mixed in with the white paint, so it makes it kind of gray. So that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna paint his skin tone because it's already kind of that color. And then I want his nose to be pink. That's cute. Okay. Some of these I might not have left enough room to do to and from, but that's okay. This is still wet. This one's really super cute too. I really like this one too. Oh my gosh. Whoops. All right. You guys can have a lot of fun doing this. Just splashing some watercolor, color down. Don't have to measure anything. Just get some color down there on the paper and get out your markers and your pens and more paint and make a mess and be playful and wild. And I'll see you tomorrow in the studio.